all of this stuff. So I hope you all are ready. I hope you got your coffees. I hope you got your minds ready to hear a true testimony. And not only a true testimony, but a testimony from somebody that I truly and will always have a place in my heart. I can tell you that now. A shout out to Montauk is Strange. Shout out to Montauk is Strange. Go over there, show him love. Definitely hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I'm just sitting here waiting on my guest. I hope we don't have to do it the way we did it. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to drop the link now. This is only for my guest. There we go. Yeah, I just dropped the link. Click on that link and you will be able to jump in. Yeah, no, they do that. Elizabeth, welcome to my community. Just respect my people and you'll be all right. Meaning everybody in my chat. All right. Waiting on them. Here we go. All right, you guys, respect. Okay. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello, Rocko.
Yeah, there we go. How you doing, bro? How you doing? Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, you got bad. You got cut up service there, man. All right, can you hear me? He's in like a dead zone. He's traveling at the moment, guys. Just bear with him. Bear with him. I don't keep a watch on everybody, bro. I'm not controlling like Square. So I know, boss. I know. I know. Yeah, he must have really bad service. Bear with him, my friends. Bear with him. This is a testimony that really like is gut wrenching in a sense. I will be real. I think I'm gonna roll a joint while he gets his shit working. Oh, here he calls. Wait a minute. Hello?
Hey, it wasn't going through. It said no internet connection.
Well, that means you had bad service.
Oh, okay. I had 5 bars, so I don't know what's going on.
All right, well, try it again.
Okay, I'll try it now.
All right, later. Hey guys, that's my auntie, Miss Elizabeth. She'll tell you what I'm about. She'll tell you. Just ask Miss Elizabeth Beam who I am and what my capabilities are. She'll explain. Trust me. I think he had 5 bars. Something's going on here. He had 5 bars on the internet working and everything. That's my auntie. Show her respect, please. I'm not answering any questions. I'm trying to get a guest up on here, and I have no time for that. I have time for serious talk, things that people need to know that, are beyond the human mind, obviously. I do know good people. And you can think and laugh and make fun of the MK Ultra stuff all you fucking want, right? All you want. Yeah, no, I know, but you got to understand something. This is not just a technical issue, buddy. Little man, little hillbilly. We're bringing out some shit that is not talked about a lot. They don't want anybody to hear any of this. Trust me when I tell you. I'm like forewarning you, like this is what happens sometimes. So what I might have to do is just be like, yo, let's do it on the phone. I'll put the phone to the speaker and I'll let him talk. I might have to do it like that. I don't know. We'll find out. Hey, what's up?
I can't get through. Something's blocking it. It just says no internet connection.
All right, well, you can do it right here.
Connection, though.
You can do it right here from the phone.
Oh, okay. All right, you want me just to start talking now then?
Yeah. Give a little bit of the background, and just, people are interested. They're very interested in, you're on stage, so,
Okay, we're on right now?
Yep.
Okay, so what questions would you like me to answer? What would you like to talk about exactly?
Well, let's talk about what you spoke about, how we spoke about when we first met.
Oh boy, that was years ago. Yeah, it's from what I'm remembering, you called me from one of the shows. You tracked me down to figure out who I was and what I was about and everything, and then eventually you came out to Montauk and we did a little bit of exploring out there by the base. It was a very interesting day. Those weird clouds were weird. The sky was weird. It was almost like still out. And you actually you went into some hole in the ground. It was like an old building. You went into some hole. But that was pretty interesting. And I don't know how far down that hole went. It was like under another building.
Uh-huh.
It had been there for years. And I don't know, you came out of that hole, you looked pretty dazed. I guess we should start out from the beginning. So anyway, my name is Joe, and I lived out in Montauk pretty much my whole life. Got involved with Preston Nichols and Peter Moon back in '94. Went to I guess it was like a little seminar they were doing on the green in Montauk, like in the middle of the town. They were giving a seminar or a speech about the book. I don't think Preston was there that day because Peter later on introduced me to Preston. I wound up going to his house, which was he called it Space Time Labs, I believe. It was pretty much like his house and his garage, and he converted into this. I guess he called it like a radio laboratory. So anyway, I was talking to Preston for a while, and we were talking about us kids riding around in Montauk and stuff like that. Basically just disappearing all day long without really being questioned. It was back in the early '80s, late '70s, early '80s. Nothing was going on that we thought that parents needed to be worried about any of us. So we kind of just disappear. So Preston thought that I might have some level of connection to what was going on at Montauk at the time, just because of the circumstances, my age, blonde hair, blue eye, young, 12, 13 years old. All of that made sense for what was going on in the project, supposedly. And so anyway, Preston wound up hypnotizing me. I was under hypnosis. I believe I was under for like 5 hours. I only remember like 20 minutes of it, but I remember the time on the clock. And when I went under, it was like 5 hours later that I actually came out of hypnosis. So I must have fallen asleep because I don't remember anything but about 20 minutes of it. So my recollection of that time under hypnosis, unless Preston is some type of a genius, or he's deceased now, but unless he's some type of a genius that could put thoughts in people's brains and heads, then I was, under hypnosis, I was recalling a lot of things about the project, about the base, about the underground. Preston had asked me about himself, because at one point he said, well, where am I now? Because he kind of age regressed me. So he asked me where I was, and I was telling him that I was in a dark room, and he was standing right in front of me. And he had somebody with him, which was a woman, and she had a lab coat on. And then he asked me how many kids were in the room with me. How many kids? There was obviously only 2 adults. And I said to him that there was 50 of us, and I was just, I guess, my best educated guess that there was 50 kids down there with us, and we were in the darkness. And let me give you like an example of what was going on. So we're in a dark concrete room, and the only reason I could say it was concrete is because of the echoing when noises would be made,
right?
Or when I would hear sounds, I would hear the echoing of like a concrete box. Like
Yeah.
there was no, I don't think there was any furniture. There was no carpet. You know, there was nothing there, just us. And it was darkness. The only thing we could see is we could barely even see each other, but we could see Preston and we could see this woman directly in front of us. Like I say, she was wearing, like, I guess she was a lab technician or something. She was wearing like a lab coat, like a white lab coat. And I believe, what I'm remembering, he was wearing more of like a business shirt and a tie.
Yep.
And the disheveled shirt. And, but no suit jacket. I don't think he was wearing suit pants, but it was like a business shirt. And
that's the truth.
So Preston had asked me. He said, you know, what's going on in my mind? What's going on? Are you looking at me? And I said, yes, I'm looking right at you. And he asked me what I thought he was thinking. And what I think he was thinking was, I wonder how many of us are going to live. How many of us boys are going to survive? He didn't look really overly concerned, but he looked concerned. And that's just what I was thinking. He never said a word to me that I could recall while I was under hypnosis when he age regressed me, but I'm thinking that's what was in his mind. That's the best thoughts I could think of.
Right.
I didn't see Preston much that I could recall under hypnosis. That was really that from what I'm thinking under that hypnosis session. That was the only time I actually saw him.
Right.
Otherwise, what I can remember is there were tables down there similar to like a massage type of table or a chiropractor type of a table, and it was all padded, and there was just tons of tables, and they had wooden legs. They weren't steel like you typically would see. They were wooden legs, and I remember they were like brown, hard wooden legs on these tables, and they were. I don't think they were totally stationary. I think that they were designed to collapse, to be moved.
Yep.
We were, well, it's hard to, because I was actually hypnotized twice. In 2016, I was hypnotized again, and I guess I'm going to go to that session now. There's other things that I would like to talk about, but I feel uncomfortable talking about them. That under hypnosis, what I remembered with the Preston session also. And anyway, there's like 2016. I was doing an interview for, I think it was Strange World. I think that was the name of the show. Anyway, they were talking to me about the base and my experiences, you know, with Preston Nichols and Peter Moon and just people I had come across over the years. And they had asked me if I would be age regressed by another hypnotherapist. Now, this lady, I don't know who she was. She was out of Hampton Bay. She's got some type of hypnosis, I don't know if it's like a studio or whatever, an office that she brings people to. But she had come out to Montauk, and they had rented some rooms over at the Montauk Manor at the time. So we were talking for a while. We did a little tour of the base, and then we went to one of the rooms, and I was laying on the couch. And there's actually, it's probably on YouTube. You can probably find it somewhere on that channel. But I was laying on the couch. I guess it took me about 5 to 10 minutes to go under hypnosis. Now this time I was under hypnosis for 40 minutes. Probably it was 40 minutes exactly, because a friend of mine was there also at the time, and I believe it was 40 minutes. But I only remember maybe, I don't know, 10, 20 minutes of that. I don't remember the whole thing. I don't remember being under 40 minutes. That's for sure. And the woman had a really hard time. So she age regressed me back to like 1980 or 1981. I'm not 100% sure of the year that she age regressed me back to. But under that hypnosis session, she had asked me different things, and she asked me also about Preston Nichols, about the room that I was in under when Preston hypnotized me, and I described it. But this session was different because when I described the room to her, she asked me how many children were in the room with me. You know, there was obviously two adults, Preston and the lady still. But I said to her, hold on a second. Wait a second. I want to look. And the most bizarre feeling came over me that I was able to actually turn my head. Okay, so now I'm in 2016, but I'm age regressed to 1980 or 1981. I'm able to turn my head in the past. I was able to look and count. I believe there was 10 across, 7 back, or vice versa. But either way, I said there's 70 of us. Now with Preston, I had my best estimated guess of 50, but with this lady, I had an accurate count because I was able to actually turn my head. And then I said, well, there's 10 across, 7 deep, so that means there's 70 of us. And I was able to count. So this was a very strange experience for me because I thought to myself, well, how am I able to do this? I'm in the year 2016 right now. How am I able to turn my head in the past?
Right.
I wasn't able to turn my head in the past when I was talking to Preston.
Right.
So, or maybe I never tried to.
Uh-huh.
So I think that either I was under deeper hypnosis with this woman than I was with Preston.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I was now hypnotized twice, I was able to actually counter or react in the past. I was able to connect with myself, with my past self, in order to turn my head. So that was a very strange experience, and it made me think differently about time and the flow of time, and I think to myself now, as I contemplate so many years have passed now, and now it's 2024, and I think how what it transpired, and I think that there might not be such a thing of actual time as
I believe they might have used.
we perceive it to be.
I believe they might have used, maybe some acid on you, too.
Are you talking about Preston or the lady from Hampton Bays?
No, I'm talking about when you were involved in the project.
Well, I can't say why any of us were there or how or anything like that. I don't know why we kept going back either. I do remember but again, I like to stress everything that I'm saying. I'm repeating to you of memories under hypnosis. Before I was hypnotized, I didn't have any of these memories. I had different experiences with lights in my room and different things like that when I was a kid, but I never recalled anything with the Montauk Project or anything. It was only under hypnosis that I recalled these things. So yeah, as I was saying, if I'm able to, if human beings, and I am a human being as far as I know, if we're able to connect with the past and actually turn my head, then maybe time doesn't actually exist. Maybe it is just not even a destination. Maybe it's not even. Maybe it has to do with frequencies. I hear a lot of people talking about harmonic frequencies, the frequencies of things and objects, and the frequencies of our universe.
The different ley line.
Maybe it has to do with that. And that time is really just something that we've created in our minds in order to exist, in order to rationalize how we feel about things and events and what our priorities are, and we're able to say, well, today I'm going to accomplish this because I want this kind of an outcome. Without time, accomplishing anything wouldn't make any sense. I mean, there would be no reason to move forward. There would be no reason to wake up in the morning and start your day and be productive and energetic and go to work and have a girlfriend or have a wife and have kids. None of it would make any sense if time didn't exist. So maybe time is more of of maybe illusion is the right word for it.
Well,
Maybe
yeah,
it's not actually a real thing.
Well, that goes back to you and me getting in the truck and how I felt like for a minute I leaned over and I apologized for some reason. I don't know where that came from. Like, I don't. And you're like, what are you apologizing to me for? And I remember when me and you and I found that hatch in the ground.
Oh, you mean the hatch that you went into?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of strange. And the weirdest thing is I never remember. I had been in that building in the past. You know, it was just old, dilapidated building. I'd been in there. I'd never seen that there was something under it. And unless kids broke into it and started ripping up the floor and exposed to that area, either that or flooding may have done that and exposed that area. But yeah, that was kind of weird. And you know what the weirdest thing is too? Like, I never went back there to check it out. I never went back there to see what's actually under there or anything. I don't know. Maybe subconsciously I know what's under there. I don't want to know, and I don't want to know. You know, so.
And you started telling me. You started getting on me. Remember? Like, it was like, I don't know. It was like the energy there was just so crazy that day. Remember you said I was like you reminded me or remembered me or something like it was like meeting up with your friend, old school friend or whatever.
Yeah, me and you, we have some type of a connection. You know, I mean, I don't know. I talk about time. I talk about parallel universes, and if there's a parallel universe, that means time exists, and the parallel universe maybe operates differently than ours, or maybe there is no such thing as parallel universes. Maybe it's all connected. Maybe we choose in our minds to separate these universes from what we believe to be our universe, whichever number. Let's put a number on this universe. Let's call ourselves Universe 1000. And let's say that the next universe over is Universe 1001. You know, and obviously it's infinite, but let's just say we're really close to the other universe.
Yeah.
But and I think that every once in a while we make connections through dreams, or maybe an event, maybe something that you remember differently than I remember, because maybe you've connected even briefly with that other universe, and so that your other version of yourself, that those two minds meet, and you remember something. And I'll give an example of that. A good friend of mine at the time, her name was Corey. She had this car. This is very strange. So she had this old LeBaron. Her mother had given it to her. It was a black LeBaron, and she had this big white dog, and the dog had destroyed the car. Literally, they couldn't even drive it anymore. It was running, but the dog had eaten the steering wheel and the sides of the doors. I mean, this car was a wreck. So anyway, they had it for about 3 years, Corey and Joe, and then they actually had the car sitting there, and they took the tags off of it, and then they got another car. The mother gave them this green. It was another LeBaron. It was a green. It was a newer one. The other one was like a 1988 or something, or 87. I don't know, 88, I think. And this newer one was like a 92 LeBaron. It was only a few years old when the mother had given it to them, and it was green, and it was a different body style. One was more boxy, and one was more aerodynamic. And I had driven in both cars. And I also at the time had the 72 Oldsmobile. And so I said to Corey, oh yeah, she says, oh well, I want to go for a ride in the Olds. And I said, okay, it's cool. It's a convertible Olds. Let's go for a ride. So I said, but only if you take me for a ride in your LeBaron. So in the new LeBaron, not the old one that had been eaten up by the dog.
Yeah.
So we're both, she's cruising in her car, I'm cruising in my car. And so maybe 2 or 3 months go by, and I go back over to Corey and Joe's house, and I said, what you guys do with the where's the other LeBaron? And Corey says to me, what other LeBaron? And I said, well, you got the black one there with the tags on it. What happened to the other one? What happened to the green one that you had put the tags on? And she goes, Joe, we've only had one LeBaron. So we only have the black LeBaron. And I said, no, the dog ate the black LeBaron. They ate the interior. So your mother gave you another LeBaron. She goes, and both of them are looking at me like I'm crazy. And I said, you have a green LeBaron. It's the aerodynamic one. You took me for a ride in it. You don't remember? And she goes, my mother never gave me another LeBaron, Joe. The only LeBaron I've ever had is this black one. And Joe, and over the years, I had talked to Joe about that a few times, and he is dead set on saying there was not two cars, Joe. There was only one car. And now I know what I experienced. I asked them, do you remember going for a ride with me in my Corvette, in my Cutlass in the olds? And they both said, yeah, we remember going for a ride with you in that boat. I said, well, you don't remember us coming back and you taking me for a ride in the green one? Nope. They both said, no, there was no other car. So that's just one example of like a time dilation or a glitch in reality, a glitch in Baltimore, in maybe the second reality over where they had that car, or maybe 1,000 realities over where they had that car. But I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a real event for me, and they swear it never happened. So that's why I think to myself, maybe there's not like this whole big thing of like a magical thing that we need all of this equipment. We need all these electronics. We need to have all these frequency generators. We need to do all of these things in order to either go from one reality to another.
Right.
In the multiverse or time travel or any of it. Maybe it's all within reach.
Right.
If we literally are tuned to it, if our minds are tuned to it.
It's all a mind. Yeah. It's manifestation too.
I think a lot of it. I think a lot of people don't give sleeping enough credit, because I think while we're asleep, I think a lot of these because you're to us.
Right, because your consciousness can leave your body while you are asleep. So while you're sleeping, if your consciousness leaves your body, it's not a dream. You know what I mean? You're actually going somewhere.
Right. You leave your shell behind, similar when a person dies.
Right.
That's a whole other subject for me. But yeah, because I had they call them near-death experiences, but it's not near death. It's death. I think that's just a label that people put on it. But when you die, you have no brain activity and you have no heartbeat. You're dead. You're physically dead. Your body, anyway, is physically dead. And when you leave your body, it's your spirit that is still alive. And I firmly believe that, because that's what happened to me when I was about 10 years old. I died in a swimming pool accident and drowned. And I don't know. Maybe that's, and I think back, and when I start like connecting the dots, maybe that's why I was one of the people that were involved in this project, if indeed that really happened. Maybe it's because my brain is a little differently. It operates a little different than people that have never been through a death experience. I was down for a long time. I tested my theory when I was younger. When I was dead, I actually went to go get help as a ghost. I was unseen. I'm not going to get into the death experience right now, but I was not seen by anybody. I could only think that I was, but I was a young kid and I was very confused. But later on, years later, I physically ran from this lady's house where I drowned, from Emily's house, back to the nurse's house where I went to go get help. And I ran back, and I wanted to see how long it would take me to run there and back.
Right.
As a ghost, I had no legs, so I was able to transverse that distance really quickly. But when my sister and Dougie, they ran to the house, to this nurse's house, and it took about 5 minutes, because when I ran and when I did the same thing over years later, I wanted to see how long. It took about 5 minutes in each direction, and I don't know how long I was at the bottom of the pool for. And And so it could have been at the bottom of the pool for seconds or minutes. I don't know. But I'm estimating before anything was actually done to bring me back, I think I was down for about 15 minutes, which is kind of unheard of because like you really are not really. And this is what I've heard. I experienced it differently. But
So were you
extreme brain damage?
So
I don't think I have any brain damage.
No, you don't.
I mean, no one ever told me I behaved differently than anybody else. So I was down for I'm estimating about 15 minutes before I came back.
Right. It's real. It's real. It's real. People don't want to accept it, they don't even want to accept the fact that there's still something going on there.
Well, what are we talking about now? Are we talking about the near-death experiences? Or are we
No. We're talking about Montauk and how it's operated.
There's so many lines of connectivity that sometimes I just go off of topic because there's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, man, it is.
But as far as the Montauk project goes,
you were lured.
Did happen there. I mean, so many people that I spoke to over the years, everybody says that there's an underground there. I've talked to people that said they have dived in, with tanks, gone in through a deep hole. That one day, actually, I measured this hole. It was 15 feet deep. I put a tape measure down and it had a ladder going down. It was all flooded. So, and I know from being under hypnosis that was one of the entryways. It was either an entryway or an exit for us to get into at least the first level underground, where there was a series of boxes. I know two boxes that one of the boxes that we were in, almost directly near that ladder, maybe 20 feet from the ladder is where that box started. That is where those tables that I was describing were, and those massage type of tables or whatever you want to call them, those type of tables were there, and that's where they hooked up the wires to us. And that was another box, and I can say that for certainty again, it was another concrete box because you could hear the echoes, any little sound you could hear the echoes. And that's where they had wires hooked up to us, and those wires went off into the darkness. And they were going due south. I should say they were south of us. Anyway. So there was. And again, under hypnosis, this is what I recall. I recall these memories as real as us having this conversation right now. Their memories are that real or that much at the surface. So. Unless I was seriously hypnotized into believing these things or recalling these things, and why would somebody do that to me? I'm nobody. I'm nobody of any importance in this world. I'm just a regular guy that goes to work every day and tries to put food on the table. I'm nobody special. I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer. I'm nobody like that. So anyway. Just telling you the best I could tell you under the recollections that I have. That's all. And I know a lot of people have told you that you were crazy and all this other crap too. And all I can say to that is, unless you're in the man's shoes and remember what he remembers. I mean, maybe Rocko, you're not recalling stuff from that project. Maybe you're recalling, or maybe you weren't recalling stuff from that project. In a different dimension, literally. And remember what I was telling you about the cars, about the Corey's car. I mean, maybe you're getting like a feedback loop from a different you, and this is what you're recalling. Because maybe the project that you were involved in, it could be this exact same project, but it could have happened at later years. It could have happened in the year 1990.
Yeah.
Instead of the year 1980.
Yeah. 2.0
or
something.
Instead of the year 1980. We don't know enough about these different dimensions or these different, parts of our reality. We don't have free access to them. Every once in a while, I believe we stumble upon them by accident. I don't have any kind of equipment or any kind of machines to put me there. I only have my brain. I only have my mind. And maybe that's what happened to you. Maybe that's why you're recalling things. And I'm just, I really haven't thought about it too much. I'm coming up with this now as I'm talking to you. And I'm saying, well, maybe that's how that happened to you. Why that's happening to you.
Maybe.
And people say to you, well, you weren't old enough to be part of it, or you were a baby, they didn't use those little kids. Well, maybe they did in the year 2000. Maybe they did in the year 1990. Maybe, you were at the right age. And, later on, when the project
my ears are actually ringing. I have a lot of ear ringing that goes on too.
Your ears are ringing now?
They just were before, yeah.
Oh, so that happens when you hear the truth?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just theorizing that's possibly what happened to you. And,
you keep going on. As you keep going on, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it while you're speaking.
Unless I can prove somebody wrong, that's not like I'm gullible, but however,
wow,
because of the different experiences I can remember,
wow,
people may think that I'm crazy too.
Wow,
so,
bro,
whatever.
we just did some Montauk to Montauk shit. Wow, yeah. Now you got me thinking, because I've been thinking about that though. You understand, I've been saying, oh yeah, past life, or oh yeah, another dimension, because it's like, why am I having these dreams of this place in 2014? But I did have my handler, Simone Taylor, and I put the name out there because the woman's a witch. And that Taylor name, Southampton. I don't even
know who you're talking about, but
yeah, the Taylors. But I'll tell you what, I know that something happened to me at that fucking place. I know. I feel it every time I go there. So I'm not going to say the guy's name, but he said that he feels like there's some kind of credibility to what I am saying. Because there's a lot of people coming out, but I'm the crazy one. But all these other people are also playing my stuff. I found out from a YouTube lurker, Terry Joyce on Revolution Radio, was showing my stuff.
Yeah. Well, a lot of physicists and theoretical physicists now are talking a lot about this. Different dimensions and stuff like that. But they might not be that hard to actually access. So I don't know. It's either that or there actually is no other dimensions. Maybe it's just one dimension and it's just different parts of this dimension. And and there's other us. There's other versions of us living within this dimension that we are actually in. Maybe there isn't a multiverse. Maybe we are it. Maybe this is everything. And there's just different pieces of it. And we just don't see those pieces. It's kind of like grains of sand on the beach. It's like you can't see within the grain of sand unless you have the right, electron microscope to take this thing apart.
It's also one of these things, like with the people that make fun of me and stuff and call me a schizophrenic. I laugh at that, right? And I'm like, these people don't understand when you release your alters, so to speak.
Well, maybe the crazies aren't exactly crazy. Maybe they're the sane people, and maybe the so-called sane people are the real schizophrenics. We think that we're sane, but maybe they're actually a little bit closer to real reality than we are. Maybe insanity is doing what we do every day, and we go to work every day, so provide ride for our families and go and get up the next day. We did the same thing over and over. We have, maybe if we're lucky, some of us have 20 years to live after retirement, after we retire, if we retire young enough. But what have we done with all of those years of our lives? We've worked. Got a couple little vacations here and there. Didn't really, the majority of humanity is like that. We're like worker bees. We work.
Now, you said your friend at one point lured you in there.
Who what? I'm sorry?
I believe you were telling me that one of your friends at one point lured you in there because, like, I feel like they use.
You're talking. Okay, so you want to continue to talk about that stuff? Yeah. Oh, how I've actually, from what I'm remembering of how I actually got introduced to the Montauk Project when I was a little kid.
Because I'm having memories weird memories start to come back.
Well, you're talking about the kid with the curly black hair.
Yeah, I'm kind of like reliving it a little bit. I'm not kidding. So
the kid with the curly black hair.
Because you had the gift.
I remember distinctly what happened that day. All of us, it was myself, this guy Michael, and John, the two brothers, it's my brother Steven. We were all at the Gamerama in Montauk. It was an arcade place, big building. Still there, but it's not Gamerama anymore. I think they turned it into like a anyway, some yoga thing. But anyway, I remember getting on my bicycle, walking out of Gamerama, telling my brother, "Hey, I'll be back in a little while. I met this guy or whatever. He wants to go riding. All of us had BMX bikes back then. So this kid takes me over there by the church, and then we're on one of the back roads by the church, and this van pulls up. Oh well, okay. So I got to backtrack. The initial time that kid wanted to go for a ride, we actually rode out to the base, which is now the maintenance entrance of the base. That's where we entered. And so this kid says he wants to introduce me to a couple of his friends. I believe one guy had on like a suit jacket and the other guy had on just a shirt. Both of them, I believe, had ties on. And so me and this kid, we're literally, they're like, oh, we got this dare thing or whatever. We want to show you something. See how scared you guys are. My friend's like, oh, it's cool. These are my friends. They just want to show you this thing. So we go into this area. It's like straight. Where is this? We went straight on that path. And then we made a little bit of a left. It was a road actually. Made a little bit of a left. Wound up on this like a dirt path. And then we wound up behind the radar tower. There was this building that I could only describe as an upside down house. It was sunken in the ground, but there was an entry there. It was a cement entry, and I went into, and so my friend goes into the entryway, and I follow him into the entryway, but I can't find him. And it's slimy, it's slippery, and it's like there's different layers, there's different levels. So you go through this cement opening, and then you're underground, and then and then you go to the end of it, which is maybe about 100 feet, and then above you is light, but then it's like all like torn apart, like it's all like disheveled, and it looked like it had been abandoned for years, and it's sunk into the ground, and there's like a roof that you like slide down, and you get to the next level. So then I get to the next level, and I was really scared. And then I don't ever remember leaving that upside down house. And then, but that's where it all began. That's the first recollection I have of ever actually being on that base. And that was probably in 1980. Then I remember not wanting to go back to the base, and I remember the van pulling up, a black van, and literally them opening up the door, grabbing me and my bicycle, and I was holding on to my bicycle for dear life, and grabbing me and my bicycle and yanking me and my bike into the van, and just like tossing us, I call us my bicycle, into the van like it was like we were like just like garbage. And then I don't remember anything. I remember being really scared, and I don't remember anything after that. And then again, all these recollections of being in the underground. But I don't remember how I kept going back though. I don't remember what method or enticement or hypnosis possibly, or how I was able to keep going back to the base and felt comfortable after that. After the first two attempts, the first two times that they grabbed me, that I was used like that. After that, I don't remember how I was going back and forth. I wasn't fighting. It almost felt like going to work. I mean, it felt like a comfortable thing to go back to the base and to go to the underground, to get hooked up to the wires. I only remember being in the third level down, looking into this observation.
That's battery 216, right?
But I was fine with it. I don't remember being scared or anything.
Battery 216.
Battery 113. That was, I believe, 216. I think is by the cliff, but battery 113 by the radar tower. That was my entryway.
I remember
we
that
were going
one.
into the rooms down below. Into the different levels. Yeah. And I can tell you where the levels are. I can tell you where the rooms are.
Right.
I can tell you everything. I remember. I mean, I have recall of this stuff. So, although I got to say, I don't have recall because we didn't enter from the top of the surface. We entered from that battery. But I don't remember actually walking. I just remember how we got down there. I don't actually remember walking down steps or anything like that. I just remember being there, being in these rooms, and looking down into that third level. And so I remember level 1, level 2, and I remember looking into the third level, which had like a 30-foot high ceiling. There was some type of a laboratory, some type of a lab down below. It had that level. The level 2 had really thick glass, and it had these couches with no seams. They were like molded couches. They were like soft, but they had no seams at all. There was the material was like some type of plastic possibly, and they were soft. There was cushion underneath of it. So I remember pushing onto it with my fingers. And I remember looking down, like leaning over the couch to look down through the glass, look down and seeing stuff down below, 30 feet down possibly. So I remember these things. I remember, all the recalls under hypnosis, but I remember them now. I can't tell you what other things that I possibly remembered because I only, on that one video, I think they only showed like 3.5 minutes of that hypnosis session, but I was under for 40 minutes, and I tried contacting the people that did it, and there's no, they said, I think I finally got a hold of one person, and they said, no, it's, you don't, even though you were in the video under hypnosis, you don't have access to it. We don't have access to it anymore. The only thing we can see is the version that was cut.
So that's where the freebie came from her. I see.
That's where what came from?
The freebie. Oh, I'll do it as long as you go through the whole 3 days. Remember, she wanted me to go through 3 days and then come to you.
Yes, that lady.
And she pre-hypnotized me. And I think that's why a lot of crazy shit was going through my head when I was up at the base with you.
That lady, yes, that lady. I don't know. I can't say for sure if she was a very good hypnotist. I mean, she put me under hypnosis, but my friend was there and said that I was having a really hard time coming out. She saw a lady sweating, like panicking even. She couldn't get me out of hypnosis because I wanted to stay under hypnosis because I felt like if I could turn my head in the past, maybe I could affect the past. Maybe I could take one of these kids back with me because I don't think any of them made it. Maybe me and one other made it out. I don't know if any of them lived through any of this stuff. So I don't know who they were, but I felt like we were all in it together. Even though I can't say I can remember any of their faces, I can say that we were all there for a common goal. I don't know what that goal was exactly, but anyway, listen, Rocko, I've talked enough. I've got things to do right now, so I do have to hang up the phone.
You got it, man. You got it.
Maybe soon we can talk again.
Maybe when you have service, we'll do it like that. That way it sounds, yeah.
why the link was.
Oh, they don't want us talking about it.
Internet service. I had 5 bars, so I don't understand it.
Joe, you know they don't want us talking about it. But whatever
we're
you were
talking on
doing,
a landline, or not a landline, but we're talking on a regular cellular line. So I don't know. I don't know what was going on. Maybe just some glitch.
Maybe.
But, all right, listen, we'll talk soon. I hope you have a good rest of your night.
You too, brother.
All right, bye.
Yeah. Yep. That's what happens. I'm still fetching memories right now. Fuck. Wake up, Square. Wake up, Square. Let's see how long he dies out. Yo, I was like literally getting earrings while we were talking. That was crazy. Thank you all for respecting him. I appreciate that. Mama Bird, he's a very interesting guy. Hey, I'll tell you one thing about him. Do you realize who that was? He played the Alec Baldwin was in it. A couple of different people were in it. But yeah, he's very private. Third Rock from the Sun. That was what he was in. I'm fine. I'm cool. I'm listening to Square over there nod out. How's that weed tasting over there, Square Pants? Fucking punk. Square, you nodding out? Square, you nodding out? Are you falling out over there, Square? Are you trying to... You only got like 3 fucking people watching you. I guess he's gonna nod out all night, guys. Honestly, I really don't like their garbage. Thank you for telling me that. No, I'm not about to nod, bro. You want to get booted? Or just timed out for a little while? Show me some respect on in my chat. If you're gonna be in here, respect me. And that's that. Or don't be in here. Thank you. I'm listening to Square. I'm trying to find out what he's got to say. He's ran out of so many excuses. It's not even funny. Mama Bird, he tried turning you against me. No, I know. Square really messed up and he's not taking responsibility. I'll be right back. Hold on. Hey, what's going on? So, Square, are you going to nod out all night? Are you going to nod out all night, Square? Wake up. I got a joke. Mama Bird will love this. We'll come back to this coward.
So I didn't think I needed Swiffer until I saw how easily it picked up my hair every time I dried it. It only takes a minute. Look at that. The heavy duty cloths are extra thick for amazing trap and lock, even for his hair. Wow, you'll love Swiffer or your money back. Wake up, hey Susie, wake up. Wake up, hey Susie, wake up. People can sound asleep. Wake up, hey Susie, and wake. Remove these old bricks for a rock and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, hey Susie. Wake up, hey Susie. Well, what are we gonna tell your mama? What are we gonna tell your papa? What are we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. Well, I told your mama that you'd be in that day. Well, Susie, baby, looks like we moved again. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. We gotta go home. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up. The movie wasn't so hot. It didn't have much of a plot. We fell asleep by Goose's cooked our reputation. He shot. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie.
Wake up, Square.
Well, what are we gonna tell your mama? What are we gonna tell your papa? What are we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up. People can sound asleep. Wake up, pretty Susie, and wake. Remove these old bricks for a rock and we're in trouble deep. Wake up, pretty Susie. Wake up, pretty Susie. Well, what are we gonna tell your mama? What are we gonna tell your papa? What are we gonna tell our friends when they say,
Wake up, Square.
pretty Susie.
Wake up, Susie. Wake up, Susie. You not now. You not know. We're not now. We gotta go now. I I just smoked too much pot there, Squizzy. Yeah. Fucking idiot. Wake up, Squizzy. Wake up, Squizzy. Come on now. Get on up. Come on, get on up.
Well, what we gonna tell your mama? What we gonna tell your papa? What we gonna tell our friends when they say, ooh la la, wake up, please, Susie. Wake up, please, Susie. Wake up, please, Susie.
Oh man, I needed some joy, man. I will say,
Have you had your Hershey's?
A $300 travel credit and a reminder to take your PTO. Add more to every getaway with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
세상에는 나보다도 모자란 남자가 있다는 걸 알아. 세상에 그럴 수가. 그동안을 사랑했었는데 너에게 어떻게 말을 보내볼까. 이런처럼 걱정이네. 오해는 하지만 그 남자가 누군지 얘기를 해봐. 사실이 아니야. 그렇다면 사실을 내게 말해봐. 너만을 사랑해. 차라리 떠난다고 내게 말해줘. whatever it is to be done by you. If there's nobody there to do it to, and what is it that has to be done is a puzzle and song. Puzzle of still is a puzzle of you. If what is it that has to be done is a puzzle. Another night, another dream, but always it's like a vision of love seems to be true. Another night, another dream, but always in the night I dream of so true. In the night, in my dreams, I'm in love with you. Don't you talk to me like lovers do. I feel joy, I feel pain, 'cause it's still the same when the night is gone. Another night, another dream, but always it's like a vision of love. It seems to be true. Another night, another dream, but always in the night I dream of so true. In the night, in my dreams, I'm in love with you. Don't you talk to me, baby, like lovers do. I feel joy, I feel pain, 'cause it's still the same when the night is gone. Another night, another dream, but always it's like a vision of love. It seems to be true. Another night, another dream, but always in the night I dream of so true. In the night, in my dreams, I'm in love with you. 'Cause you talk to me like lovers do. I feel joy, I feel pain, 'cause it's still the same when the night is gone. Another night, another dream, but always it's like a vision of love. It seems to be true. Another night, another dream, but always in the night I dream of so true.
I'm a scat man. I'm a scat man. because I never started when he sings. But what you don't know, I'm gonna tell you right now that stutter when the scat is the same thing you're on the scat man. Where's the scat man? I'm the scat man. Why should we be using in a politician reason to try to choose if they could? Stay in the condition that serves my intuition and it only makes me think that I'm hard like good. Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. I'm the scat man. Everybody stutters one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If the scat man can do it, so can you. I hear you all ask about the meaning of scat. Well, I'm the professor, and all I can tell you is why you still sleep when the saints are still weeping for things you call dead haven't yet had the chance to be born. I'm the scat man. Where's the scat man? I'm the scat man. Repeat after me. It's a scary melody. I'm the scat man. Sing along with me. It's a scary melody. Yeah, I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man. Hanging out for a body shop at night, and it may want to be alright. It's easy to deceive, it's easy to tease, but hard to get released.
All right. Thank you. Share my shit.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. 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 Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping. Look ahead, the crowd are jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. 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 Make make my day. Yo, pump up the jam, pump it up, yo, pump it, pump up the jam, pump it up, yo, pump it, pump up the jam, pump it up, yo, pump it, pump up the jam, pump it, pump it, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump it up, pump it, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump up the jam, pump it, pump Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are thumping. And the jam is pumping. Look at the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, 'cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that. Oh, wow, a place to say, get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, wow, a place to say, get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, wow, a place to say, get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Oh, wow, a place to say, get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. There's a party in the house and we'll be rocking tonight. So bring your body with you, baby, and I'll make you feel right. It's a freaky celebration, no natural high. It's a pleasure you'll experience will blow your mind. I'm digging in the house tonight, move your body so you look right. While you freak out, rock the rock, that's this stuff, beginning over. Please don't be in and out tonight, move your body from left to right. While you break the rock, that's this stuff, beginning over. Everybody will be ready to not be on the floor. You let me count the situations never thought of before. Satisfaction guaranteed, if you know what I mean. And when you walk into that door, it's such a freaky scene. In the house tonight, move your body from left to right. While you break the rock, that's this stuff, beginning over. All you ladies interested in the words I speak, we will be rocking like this every night of the week. And all you fellas don't know it.
told you, stay out of my chat. Have a nice day. It's always good to have something like comfort food. That's the best. Nothing right now. Nothing. Nothing at the moment. Soon, hopefully. Be here pretty soon, actually. I'm just thinking about that interview. Yeah, I know him personally, too. Yeah, after this song, I think I'm gonna kill this live. I gotta get some rest.
Wix.com and set up your store on a single.
On the date of my birth, it was a hurricane shaking the earth. That was God's warning, and then he gon' be taking his turn. Aim for the nurse, coming from a place that was hurt. The people gave me dirt and made it my worth. So I planted my seeds. Rather die on my feet than live on my hands and knees. Look in my eyes and you see some shit that you can't believe. They try to play me like I was never the man that pleased. Bitch, I watched my father almost die from having cancer. Jeez, no, I've seen a lot of fake. And shout out to the love, but I received a lot of hate. Me and the demon on the date. I'm seeing what's at stake on my plate. The money the same shade, the green that's on the snake. Contemplate the trials and your cruise. I bet that you could never walk a mile in my shoes. Me and this rap shit is like Miles with the blues. I done been through so much loss, paid the dues of what it costs to know that I'll never lose. I've been around the greatest in the game. I've been around the broads and the chains, but it don't mean a thing. Everybody wanna be king. Everybody wanna be king. I made it through the pain, the puddles in the rain, the money and the fame, but nothing's gonna change. Man, that shit is all the same. Everybody wanna be king. Everybody wanna be king. It's a rude awakening for all of you that taking in. The king is bringing death to any peasant who's forsaken him. Late at night they pray, I say that I can use a break again. New Chris Wallace, bitch, I won't never lose my faith again. The sun sets on the city, surrounded by lost souls. Big Pun, El Pac and Biggie, know that they rockin' with me the way that my father did me. We looking Rocky and Mickey, flow at the box hit me. This is hip-hop history. 80 immortalized, I'm watching them all rise, forever immortalized. The people are mortified, know that I'm the one that they wanna die. Angels harmonize and they watch as I survive. I'm alive, Danny Rain is eternal. This is not my career, this is simply the journal. I'll be making them burno, homie, this go inferno. From now until they light the candle, standing at my Virgil. And I'ma let the world know, I've been around the greatest in the game. I've been around the broads and the chains, but it don't mean a thing. Everybody wanna be king. Everybody wanna be king. I made it through the pain, the puddles in the rain,